Money Vikings, Money Viking G here. Welcome back, my fellow Bitcoiners. Just take a deep breath. That's all I'm saying. Just through the nose, out through the mouth. Just take a deep breath. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be just fine. No, the topic today, the thing I want to talk about is the White House Crypto Digital Assets Summit, which I think was great. I thought it was fine. It was, you had the president, you had a bunch of the industry leaders, the CEO of Coinbase, Michael Saylor, of course, the Winklevoss twins or whatever those guys are, all around talking about digital assets. And as you know, yesterday, the president signed an executive order to establish a Bitcoin strategic reserve, or to establish a digital asset strategic reserve. And the foundation of it are the 200,000 some odd Bitcoin that the federal government have seized through asset forfeitures and through other means. So the reason I'm saying take a deep breath is that after the president, I'm laughing because it's just ironic, after the president signed the digital assets for the strategic reserve executive order, and then after the digital assets summit where Bitcoin is talked about and all kinds of stuff, the price of Bitcoin goes down. And I'm just laughing because it's just, so Bitcoin is just going to be volatile, but the bottom line is it's going to go up. It's going to go up over time. But to my fellow Bitcoiners and digital asset investors, we have to learn some patience, and we have to learn a little bit of, I don't know what the word is. We have to learn, maybe it's not patience. It's just every day will not be to the moon. There's going to be those moments when Bitcoin, especially because I'm mainly a Bitcoin fan, when it goes up. And it's going to go up over time. I think that's pretty well established now. But it just seems that every time there's good news, it goes down a little bit. And I know it will go back up. But, Bitcoin behaves the way it behaves. And a lot of it, I think, is the expectations game. I think there's this, these rumors start about, different things like, paying no income tax on this or that, or the strategic reserve will be funded day one with 1 million Bitcoin. When in fact, what has been outlined is that the strategic reserve will be further funded and further, more Bitcoin will be added to it. But the addition has to be budget neutral, which I think is actually if I was in their shoes, I'd do the same thing. Because you have a situation where if it was purchased with taxpayer dollars, and then it crashes or goes down, you're going to have a political problem at that point. So, because someone's going to throw rocks through your window. So this is a way that I think is responsible and thoughtful, and it's incremental. It's all good stuff. These are all good signs for digital assets and for Bitcoin, my favorite. So with that, that's my main message today is just take a deep breath. It's all going to be okay. It's gone really well. It's going to keep going well. There's going to be further incremental progress. And really the progress has been fast paced the last couple months, but there will be further incremental progress. And what I would start to do is just think of your Bitcoin or your digital asset holdings as another savings account or just another investment account. And if you're not a trader, I'm not really a trader, I'm an investor. So I just like to hold things, I don't really like following it every day and trying to trade in and out and time the market. I don't really like to do that myself. I just want to buy some, be diversified. Like I said before, I'm doing 5%. I'm not going, I'm not putting half of, of assets in it at this point, but I am increasing the amount because I do believe that it has has a strong future, especially in a digital economy and Bitcoin being a worldwide asset So it's very interesting. So with that, that's all I want to say. Just a recap of the summit. And there are some funny moments. You know, the president tends to say things he says things in kind of a certain way. It sounds a little bit like a joke. You know, he said something like, you know, you guys never sell your Bitcoin. And he says, I guess that's the right thing to do. And then he says, who the hell knows? It's kind of funny, actually. But here's the thing. You got to keep in mind something. Bitcoin should not be dependent on a president or an administration or a king or a committee or a government or one country. Does it help that there are rules being outlined? Yes. Does it help that nation states will build sovereign wealth funds with it? Yes. But does it have to have that? No, it doesn't. That's the whole beauty of it. It's decentralized. I mean, that's the big draw that I have to it. No central bank, no political party, no CEO, no board of directors, no shareholders control it. It's controlled by the population, by the people. It's probably the purest version of that we have ever seen in humanity. So it's very interesting from that perspective. I know that scares some people, you know, there's a warm feeling that a wise board of directors or very enlightened politicians or very, well-educated central bankers who went to the best business schools are pulling levers for all of us. Well, that's not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is for everyone. And the only people that pull levers are those who buy and sell it day to day and minute to minute. That's the only lever that's being pulled ever. So that's the way it goes. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Take care.